So in this video, an opportunity related functionality within Microsoft Dynamics 365 for sales, we're going to cover off the setup of a system that helps improve lead conversion by helping sellers manage their long-term opportunities more effectively. Now, this is one in a series we've done specifically on opportunity related themes in Dynamics. You can see links to others in the series below. Also, if you've got any suggested content ideas or you need any help in Microsoft Dynamics, please see the links below. Anyway, let's go into the system and we'll sort of talk about a little bit more about what I mean by opportunity conversion. So we're in opportunity record here. As we've talked about throughout the series, improving conversion rate on leads and opportunities is really powerful and really important. It's highly leveraged, so small improvements in conversion rate can have a big impact on the bottom line. So that's a sort of theme we've tried to emphasize as we've covered off the opportunity related functionality. And I've done a couple of other videos specifically on the dimensions of using Dynamics to help people respond more quickly to leads and opportunities, and the setup of a system to help sellers sell more effectively. Now, in this video, we're going to talk about the setup of a system to help sellers manage those long-term opportunities better. Now, it is a problem for a lot of people, naturally enough, because sellers are very good at managing deals that come in and it's a relatively short-term time horizon. But it's the deals that span months or years that become difficult to manage because we tend to prioritize the here and now, and things change. Salespeople leave, new salespeople join, and it's difficult sometimes to sort of manage those longer term interactions. So this is really where the system comes into play. I mean, the first thing I'd say is it's important to create opportunity records within the system, which is kind of a statement, I guess. But I know a lot of people who use CRM systems but don't use it for opportunity management. They're still done in spreadsheets, for example. So you're much more effective using a CRM system to manage the opportunity, particularly in this context. Secondly, I'd remove the delete function. And that creates a closed loop. So once an opportunity is created, it comes into the system. It's going to exist up to such point as it's closed won or it's closed lost. And that sort of removes the risk of somebody inadvertently deleting an opportunity or by design, which may not be what we want. So that's certainly a setting I'd look at. I think the key thing you're looking at in terms of making sure people are managing opportunities well and on a regular basis is this timeline area. So within the timeline and opportunity, I can track appointments, meetings, emails, phone conversations, to-dos, notes, etc. And that really should be my key indicator as to whether that opportunity is being managed or whether it's being neglected. Now, I'd back that up with a little automation, and I'd have a sort of read-only field set up on the opportunity that's feeding off these activities to tell you when the last activity date was. That makes it really easy for you to do your sort of views and your dashboards that tell you when an opportunity was last contacted and which may well be your neglected opportunities, the ones that need action. So that needs to be done on an individual seller basis, so each seller can see their potentially neglected opportunities, but also on a sales manager basis, so that sales managers can see their teams and see their team's opportunities and which of those might need some attention. Now, I've just set up a sort of example in here of a dashboard. I've put a lead and opportunity monitoring dashboard that includes my new leads and new opportunities, which there aren't any, but I've got a section here for neglected leads and neglected opportunities. You would obviously need to determine the criteria and what is neglected based on your particular business. But this is getting these views and getting these dashboards right is a really key tool in sort of avoiding those opportunities getting overlooked and the opportunity going away. One of the things we can do within the system, let me just go back to my opportunities area. One of the things we can do in the system to make this a little bit easier is that we can try and find the record I was in. One of the things we can do to make things a little bit easier is that we can automatically create a sequence of follow-up activities if we wish to. That could be the salesperson invoking that function. It could be the sales manager invoking that function. It could be automatically applied. We've got the tools within the system, within the sort of workflow areas and sequences and things like that, that allow us to create that automatic sequence of recurring activities that helps remind people that need to be checking in on these opportunities. Now, the other thing that's worth making sure people are recording is data within the files area. So having a record of key documents, for example, quotations, proposals, requests for proposals, anything that we want stored up. It's this sort of stuff that easily gets lost over time. So having that stored within the system. And again, if it works for your business, it's well worth using the quotations functionality as well. Now, the system allows you to store information about the products and services that you sell, as well as associated price lists. And that means you can use that information to rapidly create quotations, and you can track revisions to quotations over time. So it can be really important to have that sort of history of information rapidly available. The other key dimension to all of this is how you work with marketing. So if a deal is long term and the salesperson is going to be focused on other things, then it can be really helpful if marketing are able to target this particular opportunity or the people linked to this particular opportunity, the prospective clients, with appropriate marketing messages to help develop that relationship and develop and maintain that relationship over time. So I've sort of dummied up here that we've got a field on here called marketing to nurture, which I've set to yes. So a lot of salespeople will not want the marketing team involved perhaps in the early days. As a sale, they might feel that's going to muddy the water. But what I'm suggesting here is that the salesperson can make that decision that the marketing team should now be involved as it's a long-term lead. They can select that, set it to nurture, and what that does is automatically puts that into a marketing list that the marketing team can use. Now they can use that to send out either a specific automated sequence of email communications and activities, or they can effectively just add that opportunity or opportunity owner, the contacts associated with that opportunity, to a marketing list. That at least means they're going to be receiving regular contact from the marketing team. Anyway, hopefully that sort of walks you through some of the setup items that allow people to maintain contact with opportunities, and if they can do that more effectively, then that's going to have a big impact on your conversion rate. As I say, it's one of the series we've done specifically on opportunity-related themes in Dynamics. You can see links to others in the series below. Also, you can suggested content ideas, or you need any help with Microsoft Dynamics, please see the links below. Anyway, thanks very much for your time today. Hopefully see you again soon.